Are you interested in why BMW and Mercedes-Benz, two of the most famous luxury car brands, are having trouble in China's growing market? In this video, we'll look at the unexpected problems these giants are facing as they try to keep their position in a world that is changing quickly. Why are people's tastes changing, and how are local companies that make electric cars shaking up the market? China, which has the biggest market for cars in the world, has been a major battlefield for car companies around the world for a long time. Brands of high-end cars like BMW and Mercedes-Benz have had strong sales for years, thanks to China's fast economic growth and its wealthy people's growing desire for expensive cars. Though recent trends show that these German luxury giants' luck has changed. Both BMW and Mercedes-Benz are finding it harder and harder to stay on top of the Chinese market, which is changing quickly because of new competitors and changing customer tastes. This video looks into why BMW and Mercedes are having trouble in China, focusing on the main issues that are hurting their performance and what the future may hold for these well-known brands. Chinese EV makers are making the competition tougher. The growth of EV makers in China is one of the biggest problems that BMW and Mercedes-Benz have to deal with there. Companies like BYD, NIO, and XPeng have quickly become big names in China's EV market, selling cars that more and more eco-friendly people want. The Chinese government's strong support for electric transportation, along with tax breaks for people who buy EVs, has increased the market for electric cars made in China. BMW and Mercedes, which are known for making cars with gas engines, have been slower to adapt to the move toward electric transport than their Chinese competitors. Both brands have released electric cars, but they have had a hard time competing with BYD, which has become the market leader in China for electric cars. Chinese EVs are a good choice for people who value sustainability and new technology more than brand status because they are priced competitively, have long ranges, and use cutting-edge technology. What consumers want is changing. Chinese consumers are changing what they want. Many are now going beyond traditional luxury brands for cars that are a good mix of new ideas, technology, and being good for the environment. It's harder for well-known brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz to keep their market share because of this change. These brands used to be signs of wealth and position, but younger people are now more interested in things like smart technology, self-driving cars, and electric mobility. This shift in tastes has also been helped by the fact that China is quickly adopting digital technology. People who are good with technology expect their cars to have a lot of smart features built in, like advanced infotainment systems, seamless communication, and the ability to drive itself. In this area, Chinese names like NIO and XPeng are better than the big German companies because they offer cutting-edge tech at reasonable prices. BMW and Mercedes have had a hard time keeping up with how quickly and widely Chinese car companies are coming up with new ideas. Being sensitive to prices and offering competitive prices. Chinese customers are very price-conscious, especially when it comes to luxury goods, which is another reason why BMW and Mercedes-Benz are having a hard time in China. Traditionally, BMW and Mercedes-Benz cars have been very expensive because of their brand value. However, the rise of Chinese automakers has changed the luxury car market in a new way. Electric cars from brands like BYD and NIO have similar features but cost a lot less. This makes it hard for German luxury brands to explain why their prices are so much higher. The Chinese government has also put in place policies, such as subsidies for electric cars, to help the country's auto industry grow. These rules have made the market even more skewed in favor of local companies, which lets them offer better prices. For BMW and Mercedes-Benz, this means they have to either lower their prices, which could hurt the image of their high-end brands, or watch as cheaper rivals take market share. Problems with local partnerships and the supply chain. For companies to be successful in the Chinese auto business, they need to build strong partnerships with Chinese companies. BMW and Mercedes-Benz both have relationships with Chinese automakers, BMW with Brilliance Auto and Mercedes with BAIC Motor, but these partnerships have become more complicated over the past few years. As Chinese automakers gain more confidence and skill in their ability to make their own high-end cars, these partnerships aren't helping the German names as much. Also, problems with the supply chain caused by the COVID-19 virus and global chip shortages have hurt foreign automakers like BMW and Mercedes-Benz more than their American counterparts. Because their local supply lines are stronger, many Chinese manufacturers have been able to deal with these problems, giving them an edge in the market. BMW and Mercedes have had to deal with production and shipping delays as a result, which has made customers unhappy and cost them sales. Problems with regulations and trade tensions. BMW and Mercedes-Benz also have to deal with problems in China because the government has strict rules about pollution and gas mileage. Foreign automakers are under a lot of pressure to speed up their transition to electric cars because the country wants to make transportation greener. BMW and Mercedes-Benz have both made progress in making electric cars, but Chinese companies are still ahead of them in terms of scale and price. Furthermore, the current trade disputes between China and Western nations, especially the European Union, have added another level of uncertainty for German automakers. Foreign companies may find it hard to do business in China because of tariffs, limits on exports, and political unrest. For BMW and Mercedes, these things have made it harder to deal with the complicated aspects of doing business in China. There isn't enough localized innovation. In China's car market, localization is very important for success, and this is another area where BMW and Mercedes-Benz have had trouble. Even though both brands have tried to make their goods fit the Chinese market, they are often thought to be moving too slowly compared to their Chinese competitors. When it comes to meeting local customer needs and government rules, Chinese automakers are much more flexible. This is especially true when it comes to electric mobility and smart technology. For example, a lot of Chinese electric vehicle (EV) makers include features that are designed to meet the needs of Chinese drivers. For example, many of them have built-in air purifiers to deal with pollution and special payment systems that work with famous Chinese apps like WeChat. BMW and Mercedes have lost some of their fame because they have been criticized for not doing enough to add localized features. A picture of high-end brands from other countries. The way Chinese people think about foreign luxury names has also changed. Even though there is still a big market for luxury cars, more and more Chinese customers are proud of their own brands. In the past, having a BMW or Mercedes-Benz was a sign of wealth. But these days, many people think that local brands like NIO or Xpeng are just as, if not more, impressive because they use cutting-edge technology and care about the environment. The Chinese government has also pushed the idea of made-in-China products to get people to buy from Chinese businesses. Because Chinese people are becoming more patriotic, it's harder for foreign brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz to stay popular in China. This is because Chinese-made cars are becoming more attractive and seen as patriotic, setting your brand apart in your marketing plan. Differentiating their brands is another problem that BMW and Mercedes-Benz have to deal with. In a market where domestic brands are quickly coming up with new ideas and high-quality alternatives, BMW and Mercedes are losing their power as icons of European luxury. The younger Chinese customers care more about a car's features and how well it runs than just choosing a certain brand. People have also looked closely at how BMW and Mercedes-Benz sell their cars. Both brands have put a lot of money into advertising their electric cars, but some people think that their messages don't really fit with the Chinese market. On the other hand, domestic brands have been able to successfully tap into China's culture and social dynamics by using localized marketing strategies that connect better with Chinese customers. Tesla's huge lead in the high-end EV market. Another thing that puts pressure on BMW and Mercedes-Benz is that Tesla is the market leader in high-end electric vehicles. The Model 3 and Model I cars that Tesla makes in China have helped the company become a big player there. Chinese people looking for a high-end electric car love Tesla because of its well-known name, cutting-edge technology, and low prices. The success of Tesla has made things more difficult for BMW and Mercedes-Benz, who are having a hard time competing with both local EV makers and Tesla's high-end cars. Because Tesla can make cars in China, it has a big cost and time edge over its German competitors in the premium EV segment for which it is known. What's next for BMW and Mercedes-Benz in China? Even though there are problems, both BMW and Mercedes-Benz are still well-known names in China with loyal customers. But if they want to get back on track, they will have to quickly adjust to how the Chinese car market is changing. This means they need to speed up their work on electric mobility, improve their partnerships in China, and make goods that are more in line with what Chinese customers want. The rise of Chinese electric vehicle (EV) makers, changing customer tastes, and the rules and regulations make things hard for these German luxury brands. Still, BMW and Mercedes-Benz could stay competitive in the world's biggest and most changing car market if they use the right strategies and put more effort into new ideas and adapting to local needs. Finally, BMW and Mercedes-Benz problems in China show bigger changes in the auto business around the world. As electric cars become more common and customer tastes change, even the most well-known luxury brands need to come up with new ideas and change with the times to stay relevant. For BMW and Mercedes to move forward in China, they will need to find a good mix between staying true to their luxury roots and adapting to the future of transportation. If you found this exploration of BMW and Mercedes-Benz's challenges in China eye-opening, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community for more in-depth insights into the automotive world and stay updated on the latest trends and stories that shape the industry. Your support means a lot,